The cell was damp, the floor was cold stone. He couldn't remember the last time he saw sunlight. Joseph sat in the darkness, chains pressing into his wrists, and replayed the last 13 years of his life. No answer, no explanation, just silence. This was a man who had done everything right and still ended up in a prison cell. But what Joseph didn't know, what no one could see that night, was that God was not absent. God was arranging a throne, and the prison was the hallway to the palace. To understand how he got there, we have to go back to where it all started. Joseph was 17 the first time God spoke to him through a dream. Not one dream, two. In the first, sheaves of wheat bowed down to his sheaf. In the second, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down before him. And Joseph, young, eager, probably a little too honest, told his brothers everything. That was the spark. His brothers already resented him. He was the favorite, the son of Rachel, the one their father Jacob loved most. That coat wasn't just a gift, it was a statement. Every time Joseph walked into a room wearing it, his brothers saw what they would never be. The dreams made it worse. Sheaves bowing, stars bowing. To them it was arrogance, but to God it was prophecy. Jacob saw the tension. One day he sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields near Shechem. Joseph went. He didn't know he would never come home. On a scorching afternoon in Canaan, Joseph walked toward his brothers, not knowing it would change his life forever. They saw him coming from far off. The coat made him impossible to miss, and in that moment, the bitterness of years hardened into a plan. Here comes the dreamer. Some wanted to kill him. Reuben, the oldest, stopped them, not out of love, but out of fear. Don't shed blood. Throw him into this pit. Before Joseph could speak, they grabbed him, stripped off his robe, and threw him into a deep, empty pit. No water, no food, no way out. He cried out, but no one answered. His own brothers sat down to eat, while their youngest brother screamed from the darkness. Then traders passed by, Midianites, and Judah, the one who would one day carry the lineage of kings, made the suggestion, "What profit is it if we kill him? Let's sell him. 20 pieces of silver." That's what Joseph was worth to his brothers. 20 pieces of silver, and he was gone, bound, dragged across the desert, sold again in Egypt to a man named Potiphar. Joseph arrived in Egypt with nothing, no family, no freedom, no name, but the Bible says 4 words that change everything. The Lord was with Joseph. In Potiphar's house, everything Joseph touched prospered. The slave became the overseer. The overseer became the most trusted man in the household, and then came the test. Potiphar's wife noticed him. Day after day she pressed him, but Joseph refused not once but repeatedly. How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? One day she grabbed his garment. He ran, she kept the garment, and she used it. She accused him of the very thing he refused to do. And Potiphar, whether he believed it or not, threw Joseph into the king's prison. Let that sit for a moment. Joseph honored God. He ran from temptation. He did the right thing, and he still ended up in chains. That's where most people give up, because we think silence means God left. But that prison cell was not a punishment. It was positioning. The prison was supposed to break him. Instead, it refined him. In prison, Joseph interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. The cupbearer was restored to his position. Joseph asked him one thing, "Remember me when it is well with you." The cupbearer walked out of that prison and forgot Joseph's name. 2 more years passed. 2 more years of the same damp walls, the same cold floor, the same silence, no explanation, no breakthrough, no sign that anything would ever change. But what if God is still working even when you can't see it? Joseph didn't know that Pharaoh was about to have a dream no one in Egypt could interpret. He didn't know that the forgotten promise would suddenly be remembered. Pharaoh dreamed twice. 7 fat cows swallowed by 7 thin ones, 7 full heads of grain swallowed by 7 withered ones, and no magician or wise man in all Egypt could explain it. The cupbearer remembered, "I remember my faults today." Joseph was pulled from the prison, cleaned up, and brought before Pharaoh. In a single moment, everything shifted. "The dream is one," Joseph said. 7 years of abundance, then 7 years of famine. Let Pharaoh appoint a man to store up grain." And Pharaoh looked at Joseph, the Hebrew slave, the forgotten prisoner, the man who had spent 13 years waiting, and said, "Can we find a man like this, in whom is the Spirit of God?" In one day, Joseph went from prison cell to palace, from forgotten to second in command over all of Egypt. The same brothers who sold him would one day bow before him, not knowing who he was. The dreams God gave a 17-year-old boy in Canaan came true 13 years later in Egypt. And when Joseph finally revealed himself to his brothers, trembling and afraid, he spoke words that echo through every generation. Here's what Joseph's story teaches us. God's delays are not God's denials. The pit prepared him, Potiphar's house tested him, the prison positioned him, and the palace was always the destination. God just took a longer route than anyone expected, 13 years. Not one of them wasted. If you're in a prison season right now, waiting for an answer, overlooked, treated unfairly, wondering if God still sees you, don't assume He abandoned you. He may be doing His deepest work in the silence. The cell that feels like the end may be the hallway to your purpose. Save this, share this with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you want more Bible stories like this, subscribe, like, and drop a comment for more.